Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kat, and today I have a pretty cool video. You guys have probably seen these going around. These are from Etude House. They're a Korean beauty brand, and they came out with these two Kit Kat palettes. So we have the Kit Kat Strawberry Tiramisu, and that's what it looks like. So cute. It looks like a Neapolitan ice cream. And then we have the regular Kit Kat bar. And then each palette comes with this really cute Kit Kat velvet makeup bag. And then you also get a full-size Kit Kat chocolate bar. I ate those the second those palettes came here, so those are long gone, but they were delicious. I don't know how much product is in here because I tried to go on the website, and because everything is in Korean, couldn't find what the like grams and ounces were, but I think it's got to be at least a gram of product because these are the long rectangular pans, and those hold a decent amount of product. And I love the English translations. Those are always funny, like Japanglish, Koreanlish. So this is what it translated out to. I'll read it to you. See in the back you have the directions, you have them in Korean, and then down here you have the English directions. So it says, directions: 1. Evenly apply base color on the entire eyelids. 2. Apply gradation or point color on the tail of the eye or on the eye line. And number 3, express pearl effect with sparkling glitter. Always love those translations. So the price is originally $18 at Etude House. I found them. I didn't even go to that website to see if they're still there, but if they're not on Etude House, there is this website, and they sell products out of South Korea, K-beauty stuff and other stuff you can get imported from Seoul to here. It's called QOO10.com, and I'll link it down below, and you can get each palette for $17.60 each. So I will link that website below, and you will be able to go check it out if you want to get it. It comes with the eyeshadow palette, the Kit Kat bar, and the makeup bag. So we have the, and then I love on top it says have a break, have a Kit Kat. That is so cute. And then when you open the palette, it has the expiration date glare on the back of the palette. So you have the Korean and then the English translations in the back. So the expiration date is January 21st, 2020. So that's a good amount of time. So when you open the palette, you get a nice mirror. It reminds me of like the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. So you have a nice mirror, and then you have the colors. It does smell like chocolate, and this is what the original eyeshadow palette looks like. And you do get a little plastic sheet, and this is the names in Korean, so I can't translate that for you guys. I am half Korean, but I do not speak any Korean. All I know is annyeonghaseyo, which is like hello, goodbye. It's how you welcome people in Korea. So also with itchy nose. Also with Korean eyeshadows, they aren't the most pigmented like American shadows. So when I swatch these, because I have swatched these before, the swatches kind of look a little more intense than they are, because usually the way Asians wear their eyeshadow, they don't do the eye contouring because most people there have monolids. So they don't go in with the heavy eye contouring usually. They do kind of like a matte base on the lid, and then they'll do like a winged eyeliner up here or even down on the bottom. They'll do like a kind of double wing, and then they put a shimmer over that matte base, and they don't really go into the crease too much. So that's like the big difference. They're really big on like having a nice sheer kind of shimmery wash on the eye. If you want me to do an American versus Korean makeup style, or a K-pop look, or some kind of like Korean inspired makeup, I could totally do that, because it is different how they like to wear their makeup. Like, we in America love full coverage, cover everything up. They're really into like BB creams and just evening the skin tone out, and not heavy contouring, powdering, highlight, dark lipsticks, you know, blocked out eyebrows. Their makeup is very different than American style makeup. So if you want to see a video comparing the two styles, I can totally do that. And let me show you what the strawberry tiramisu one looks like. The packaging is so cute on that. You have that Neapolitan coloring, and then the back is pink. This also, oh no, this expires June, or no, I get so confused because they do year, month, date. So it's 2022-016, so it's January 6, 2020. This one expires. So this one, I have played with this one. This one is very sheer, the coloring. So you'll see when I try this one on what I mean, the big difference in American versus Korean. So this is the strawberry tiramisu one. I will swatch this. I hate that I'm making the Kit Kat embossing go away, but hey, you have to actually use the makeup. It's not... I'm getting better with like actually using makeup, but I used to be that person like who would buy makeup and it was so pretty that I didn't want to use it. It's like, dummy, you're buying the makeup because you want to use it. There are some pieces I have that are definitely like collector pieces and they're cute or they're nostalgic, but for the most part, all the makeup I buy, I want to use. So this is the first three colors, that pink shimmer. See how sheer it is? It has like a nice reflection, but it is very sheer. Then there's the gold, and there is a micro shimmer duochrome. So it's like a white base with pink micro shimmer. And then you have these browns. So that is the first row, and then I'm going to do these browns. And yeah, it's really interesting if you kind of study how makeup is done differently, which is, I also love that, because everyone thinks something looks looks good on them, and it's interesting to see what is, other countries do. So there are the first two. That last brown is kind of almost my skin tone, so that's like a really good transition shade. But you can see these are very sheer. Some of these do look pigmented in the swatch, but when you put them on the eyes and kind of sheer them out, they are very different than like putting on a Jeffree Star eyeshadow or a Lorac eyeshadow. Doesn't mean that it's bad. Some people, this isn't their thing, but I think it's, interesting to mix it up. Like, I usually love dark lips, bright eyes, kind of like draggy makeup, but again, not popular in other places in the world. It's maybe too severe or too drag queen looking. So it's really cool to see what other countries consider like their makeup and beauty standards. Okay, so here we have the regular Kit Kat bar, like I said, and I will swatch it. So this is like a neutral with a pop of red. Again, those two light brown colors are very close to my skin tone. So there they are. That's that really light brown, and then above it you can't even really see it. It is swatched. It's right there. It's the other brown color. So those are very sheer colors. And then we have this matte brown with gold glitter in it. This is really pretty. So that's the matte brown with a gold glitter flecks in them. Then we have another dark brown. We have a gold, and we have the red. The red one feels kind of dry, but the other ones feel kind of creamy. So there we go. So that's the red color, that gold. You can see it's a very sheer wash of color, and then that brown one is the darkest. So let's put these on the eyes, and I will make a look. I'm gonna do it more the American style, but you'll definitely see what I mean, what the difference in the shadows are. So let's start with the regular Kit Kat bar. I'm gonna go in for a transition color and take this light brown color, put it in the crease. So this is the easy one. Just lightly stamp it in. And these smell really good too. Just stamp, stamp, stamp. I'm so glad the thunderstorm was passing while I was setting this camera up. So you guys could have heard all of the thunder and rumbling going on and the lightning, but it passed. It was a pretty quick thunderstorm. Okay, so that is just one layer of that brown color. It is a sheer color, but it is coming up. But it is a more, like, if that was an American brown, it would be like, boom, you could definitely tell you put a color like that on. And I'm just gonna go into the crease. And that is just to make sure the shadows blend really nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna take that really dark brown color, go into the crease again, stamp the color in, and just blend it out. These do blend nicely, but again, if you want to sheer it out, I would blend it. If you want to leave it more pigmented, just stamp the color on after you blend it out, and you know, eventually you should be able to get it where it looks blended out and not too severe. But I like working in layers like that. It's better and easier to not mess up your makeup, I feel like, when you work in layers like that. I'm just sometimes so heavy-handed, I don't mean to, but it is better to work up in thin layers and do that. So you see that definitely would be darker. I think it's not bad. It's not bad. And then I'm gonna take that brown and bring it in the inner part of the eye. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna take that red color and go all over the eyelid with that. That's not horrible. I thought that shimmer would come out more sheer on the eyes, because when I was I was filming earlier, but I don't like the way it came out, so I'm reshooting it, and I just got into a few colors with the pink one, and this one, excuse me, is definitely the more pigmented one out of the two. And with the red color, I feel like you can definitely make it a little more individual. I didn't mean to go in the inner corner like that. Let me just... I like that it wipes off easily. I did, excuse me, I did prime my eyes with my Makeup Revolution concealer like I normally do. I think that's like one of the most important things you need for eyeshadows, because if you have a good primer, it definitely is going to help the shadows stick more, and be more pigmented, even if they're not the best shadows in the world. Okay, so far, not bad. I'm going to take that gold shimmer, put that in the inner corner. It's really pretty. I also have the Coca-Cola eyeshadow palette, so I'll be doing a video on that. So that is pretty. It is a little sheer, so let me go in one more time with that. Very pretty. Now I'm going to take that brown color with the gold shimmer in it and take that and just stamp it here and see if that does it. Not really. I thought it would add some sparkle, but no. Oh well, I tried. It's still a pretty look. Okay, I'm also gonna take this flat brush and then just take that really dark brown shade and bring it under the eye as close as I can to the lash line. Kind of pushing color into it. Okay, so that is one look down. So that is with the classic Kit Kat eyeshadow palette. I like it. I thought it was going to be more sheer like the strawberry one, which you guys will see in a second what I'm talking about with that. Again, some people will love an eyeshadow palette that is kind of more sheer like that. Not everyone likes, you know, the same stuff. So again, it's not like these aren't bad eyeshadows. It's not meant to do what we normally would use an eyeshadow for. So that's the big thing to remember, because like we're so into the pigmentation and bright colors and stuff, so it is a little different, like I keep on saying. Okay, so we're going to take as a transition color that really light brown that doesn't really show up on my skin tone, and go in here on the crease. Okay, yeah, today it doesn't feel weird doing the left side, but sometimes it feels awkward. I don't know if it's just like I might be off that day, or I don't know. I'm also not left-handed, I'm right-handed, so, but I'm with using my hands like that, I always go between using my right and left hands, so like I can write with my left hand. And my handwriting is kind of chicken scratch anyway, so it's not any worse than what my handwriting looks like. Okay, so that's a nice transition color. As you can see, that's very sheer. You don't really see that, like that brown, but I'm gonna put that other brown matte over it. And just, okay. Now I'm going to go into this darker brown color. Oops, sorry guys, that darker brown, that like milk chocolatey color. And I'm going to put that into the crease. And the strawberry tiramisu Kit Kat was really good, so I was hoping that it would be a little more pigmented, but this one is definitely the more sheer eyeshadow palette. But I know some people who would love this eyeshadow palette and can't stand, like, you know, Urban Decay eyeshadows and stuff, so it's all like personal preference in makeup. It's just right now, with Instagram and stuff, only like certain styles are more popular than others, so you kind of see everyone doing the same stuff. Which is like, see, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I feel like, with buying products, because everyone's doing the same review at the same time and buying the same stuff at the same time. So I like to kind of space it out, and like after everyone's done the review of the really popular stuff, I might do a video. I know it's not going to get the most views, but again, I'm not I'm not a 1,000 subscriber YouTuber, so it's not as important. It's not like this is my job and I have to, you know, get the hot, new, fresh content out the second, you know, I get the palette in my hand. Okay, got that brown to show up. I did have to layer it a few times, as you guys saw, but it did. See, that's a very sheer, and you saw how many times I had to go into my eye to get this color. Okay, so next I'm going to take that dark brown shimmer and do it on the outer half of the eye. Oh, this gold is pretty. I didn't get to this darker bronzy gold color, but it's pretty. Okay, pat that there. And then I'm going to go on the inner half, but not hit the inner corner. I want to just get the inner part of my eye. And just leave the center open so we can do a halo. Okay. Okay, there we go. One more layer of that brown. Go into the crease slightly. Okay, so contacts. We have the gold. It's not the most bright, kind of brownish gold, but it will do. Okay, I'm going to wipe my brush off on my rag. I'm sure my sponges are dry by now. I just haven't gone to put them back in the container. Okay, so I'm gonna take that pink shimmer and just put that right in the center. And see how sheer that is? You don't even see it. And if you try wetting it, it doesn't really help. I tried earlier and it didn't really do anything. It's not really doing anything right now either. I wish that pink showed up more. See, it doesn't really look like I did anything. Going with that pink one more time. I mean, definitely if you layer it, it shows up a little more, but like I said, this is a more sheer formula than the other palette is. So see, you can kind of tell like there's a difference of light to dark, but it's not standing out as pink. Like, it's not obvious that I put a pink. It looks like I just put like a white or a champagne shimmer there. Okay, so then I'm going to take that white shimmer. There is on the end a white shimmer. I'm going to put that on the brow bone. Or maybe it's more of a matte or a satin. We'll see in a second. Good thing that I hit it with the side with no product on my eye. Okay. Yeah, that's really not doing anything either. Slightly, but with the light on it, you can tell I put a shimmer on the brow bone, but in normal lighting, it's not a little bit. You can see a slight shimmer now. And then I'm going to take that pink micro shimmer and hit the inner corner with it. That's a pretty color. I would use that as a highlighter. I just wish that pink shimmer was more pigmented. That's the only complaint I have with this. Because I feel with this eyeshadow palette, it's reading more as a neutral palette on my eyes. Like a straight up neutral, like no colors really. So that's that pink micro shimmer on the inner corner. I'm just going to add a little bit more. God, I hate that guy next door with his dumb car. I can understand in the winter time if you're like heating your engine up, but I don't know why he sits in the driveway sometimes, and I'm trying not to yell because my window's open. I don't want him to hear me, because I do have a loud voice that carries. Okay, that's really pretty. I like that. Again, this is much more sheer. I'm going to try and put that pink on the lower lash line and see what happens. Just that pinky shimmer. Because I'm sad that that color isn't working out. Yeah, you're not really getting a nice color payoff with that. Like, I don't see like a pink color, maybe slightly when I look up close, but I don't think it's going to be very noticeable. Oh, okay, my contacts. See, I don't understand why on the lower lash line you can actually see the pink, but on here, when I put it on the middle of the lid, you can't see it. So that's interesting. So I like the palettes. I definitely do. I like one more than the other, obviously. I like the original one. You're not going to get, you know, an insane amount of looks out of it. It's only, what is that, 5 pans? 6 pans? think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6 pans. So you're not going to get a ton of looks. I think that's a good price for the makeup bag, the chocolate bar, and the eyeshadow palette. I would definitely go with the original Kit Kat bar. But if you're looking for like a kind of neutrally sheer palette, this one is nice, but you're not going to get like intense color payoff. This is definitely the sheer eyeshadow palette. This one is the more colored pigmented one. So I would recommend the original Kit Kat bar, the all red one. I would recommend this one. And the pink one, not so much. I mean, if you're into that, that's cool. That's what you like. But that's just, you guys can see the difference of the two products on my eyes. So I just wanted to play with these and see what they were about. And yeah, if you guys want to pick it up, I will